Automate early, even if it's imperfect. It's easier to improve a simple system over time than to rebuild chaos when you're already overwhelmed. That is why timing matters, and why late automation always costs more than it looks. Automation is often framed as a future improvement, something you do later, when things are calmer, when you have more time. That assumption is where the problem starts. If you automate too late, you do not just save less time, you create something harder to remove: process debt. Process debt forms quietly. It builds as routines grow without structure, and by the time it becomes visible, changing it is painful. Effect 1. Process debt builds. Manual routines rarely stay simple. At first, the steps feel manageable. You know what to do. You know where things are. Then, volume increases. One exception is added. Then another. A workaround becomes permanent. A temporary fix becomes how we do things. Over time, the routine grows messy, but because it works, it becomes normal. This is process debt. The problem is not inefficiency alone. The problem is resistance to change. When routines are unstructured for too long, people adapt to the mess. They memorize it. They compensate for it. They build habits around it. That adaptation creates friction later. When you finally try to improve the process, everything feels harder. Steps are unclear. Dependencies are hidden. No one is sure what can be removed safely. Even small changes cause disruption. People push back, not because they like the system, but because they have learned to survive it. Fixing process debt takes more effort than preventing it. You have to untangle habits, not just steps. You have to explain changes, not just implement them. Early automation avoids this trap, not by making things perfect, but by keeping routines clean while they are still flexible. Effect 2. You miss compounding consistency. Consistency compounds quietly. When systems are in place early, results stabilize. Tasks happen the same way each time. Outcomes become predictable. That predictability reduces stress. Manual work rarely delivers that. Without systems, results depend on energy and attention. Some days are sharp. Some days are not. Quality fluctuates. Deadlines feel tighter. Pressure stays high. This creates a constant background tension. People feel like they are always catching up, even when workload is reasonable. Consistency is not just about output. It is about mental load. When you trust the process, you stop double-checking. You stop worrying about what was missed. You stop carrying unfinished tasks in your head. When automation comes late, this compounding never happens. Stress remains uneven. Work feels heavier than it should. Even if automation is added later, the benefit is delayed. The system has to fight existing habits, and trust takes time to rebuild. Early systems create calm earlier. Late systems have to repair damage first. Misconception 1. I'll automate when I have time. Time does not appear later. It gets scarcer. Manual routines consume attention every day. That makes having time less likely, not more. Waiting to automate means carrying inefficiency longer, which reduces the chance you will ever feel ready. Automation is not a reward for spare time. It is a way to protect time before it disappears. Misconception 2. It's faster to just do it manually. In the short term, this is often true. Doing something once is faster than setting up a system. Doing it twice might be too. But speed is not the right comparison. The real comparison is repetition over time. Manual speed decays as volume increases. Systems do not. What feels faster today often becomes slower next month, and much slower next year. Automation trades immediate speed for long-term stability. That trade becomes more favorable the earlier it is made. Misconception 3. Automation is only worth it when you're busy. This reverses cause and effect. Automation does not work because you are busy. It works because it prevents overload. Small teams and solo operators feel friction first. They have less buffer, less margin for error. That makes early systems more valuable, not less. Automation is easiest when things are still simple, and most effective before pressure builds. What this means: automating too late does not just reduce benefits, it increases cost. You pay in process debt, you pay in stress, and you pay in resistance to change. Early automation is not about optimization. It is about keeping work clean. It preserves flexibility. It stabilizes results. And it prevents small problems from becoming structural ones. The real advantage is not speed. It is avoiding the mess that makes improvement harder later. That is why timing matters, and why late automation always costs more than it